Welcome back. It's the Kovacs report, and it's time to take a look at Batman 161. Yes, the next installment of the Hush 2 storyline, brought to us by big boys Jeph Loeb and Jim Lee. And they are here to try and revitalise the juggernaut success of the original Hush 20 years ago. So I'm going to go through this book page by page. It's going to get spicy, I warn you now, and I will give you my thoughts. So please, before you watch the video, read the book if you don't want it spoiled, because there will be spoilers. Like the video if you like the video, and hit that subscribe button. That would be fantastic. So let's dive straight in. We've got a Batman versus Batgirl cover here. Now, at the end of the last issue, Batman was, let's just say, him and Hush were having a conversation at this building where Batman had tracked down some metal. I mean, honestly, the plot is so convoluted, it's not even important. And it looked like there was going to be trouble for Batman, but at the very last second, Damian and Bane, of all people, crashed through the skyscraper's windows to save the day. And then we jump now to here. So Hush has old Robin here, old Damian, in a precarious position with a blade to his neck, and they're having this little standoff. Now, Robin somehow manages to lean right over and not stab himself with that blade and press a magic button on his belt. And then instantaneously, thousands of bats come to the rescue. Now, were they parked outside waiting to be called? Because I don't know how they got from the Batcave or wherever they were hiding there in a split second. It makes absolute no sense. But here they are, and they they ruffle some feathers, let's just say, and distract Hush. And that's when Damian takes a pop, and the fight ensues. So, of course, you get your usual stabby, stab, 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 stab. And we get some quote from Aristotle for no apparent reason from Hush. And then magically, a helicopter arrives outside, you know, scaring off the bats, and just happens to be there so Hush and everyone can escape rather than finish the job, because there's a grander plan at play here. It's a big game of chess for Hush. They decide to run off to fight another day, but Batman's not having it. He leaps out the window, but of course they've got away too quickly, and he's falling, but luckily Robin's there to save him, and him and Bane haul him back up, and he clocks Bane out here, as you can see, absolutely knocks him clean to the floor, and finds out that Damian broke him out of Blackgate for some reason. So all the people he could call to help, the Justice League, many other Bat people, I don't know, he could call anybody, right? He decides to get one of the most notorious villains from Batman's past, one of the people that Batman probably hates the most next to the Joker in his Batman history, to come and help. And it was for a panel for him to get punched out. So why introduce that character as a cliffhanger, all right? And then he does nothing. He just stands there, then hauls him in, and then gets knocked out. And that's it. That's our why. It gets even worse, guys. And we jump back to Joker, who's magically being been repaired from his massive, absolute vigorous beating he's taken from Hush earlier on. He seems up and sprightly and very Joker-esque with his little laughs, and he's shooting his guns at the two old Robins here with Nightwing and Red Hood. And I think Nightwing decides to try and help Jason Todd, and they all fall into the water. But guess what? Jason cannot be found, and the Joker's still shooting, singing a nursery rhyme, of course. Now, Batman, he's unperturbed. He does a little tracing down, bit of detectiveness, and he tracks down this secret little base here where there's this map of Gotham, and all the chess pieces that Hush are playing with are present there. And then we jump to Commissioner Gordon, who's in hospital because he took a beating earlier on as well. And Babs, good old Batgirl here, his daughter, she's angry. She's angry. She's gone there to tell her father that Batman let the Joker go, or rather Batman saved him, didn't let him die. But we know the Bat doesn't kill, right? That's part of Batman. But she's super pissed at this because, yet again, her father's been, you know, caught in the crossfire of that. Now, Batman's listening in because he's a nosy Parker. She is not pleased, right? But while that's happening, we get a flashback to, I guess, the Killing Joke. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. All right, there's a panel here where Jim has a gun to the back of Batman's head. Now, at the end of the issue, after Batman has paralyzed Barbara, of course, she gets the ability to walk again, right? And almost like puts Commissioner Gordon, old Jim, in a mental home from torturing him and trying to break his mind. It ends with a joke in the rain, and they're both laughing together, and that's where the book ends. But it seems, now correct me if I'm wrong, if this has been sort of retroactively put into a different book that I've missed, but it seems that Batman was going to kill him at that point, but Jim made him hold back, right? So there's this parallel of, I can't be mad because I did that too. I don't know if that's new, but it's there. It's the killing joke kind of was enough. I don't know why we needed that added to it. Anyway, Batman's watching and he's listening in. And of course, Hush has turned up and he blows up the building to try and kill Batman. And I don't understand this either. I mean, you've had a chance to kill him before, another chance to kill him before, right? Why blow up a building with him to kill him? Why not just shoot him? Why not get the old sniper rifle out or send Bane? We should have broken him out of Blackgate to kill him. But sure enough, whole building explodes. Batman leaps off. He's caught in the explosion and he's falling helpless for the second time this issue. All right, but luckily Batgirl's got some tech that allows her to fly now or glide with her wings. Which again, if that's in the current Batgirl book, I which I'm not reading, I don't know, but she's got all this tech. Anyway, she's pissed at Batman. She wants Batman to know. So they start having a fight. And then she starts using her Invisi-Tech where she goes invisible. And again, this dialogue's like, it just doesn't fit the character, really. Listen to yourself. It's Hush. It's the Joker. You should have killed him, type of thing. I don't get it. And you lose interest in the book by this point. You really, really do. Anyway, she's still invisible, and she's kicking the hell out of him. So he switched to infrared, and then gives her a sock across the old mouth, pins her up against the wall. But guess what? More people have come in at the end of this issue, just like the last issue, to make a big difference. Leave us on a cliffhanger. It's the Bat family, and they're telling him to leave her alone or they're going to make him stop. What is going on here? Honestly, what is going on? I mean, we got Riddler, who we introduced earlier, that was going to help these guys, figure out what's going on. We got Catwoman, Robin, Nightwing, Huntress. Like, what's going on? None of this makes sense. Absolutely none of this makes sense. There is no story here. There is no plot. Nothing in this book makes sense. There's all these nods to Aristotle, the killing joke in year one, and none of it enhances this story. I have absolutely no idea what's going on. So this, for me, is a huge letdown, considering how amazing the original Hush was. I really, really, really am lost for words. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Have I got this wrong? Have I missed something? Is this a masterpiece? I don't know. So there we go. Those are my thoughts. I told you it would get spicy, but I'm always going to be honest. I do respect Jeph Loeb and Jim Lee. I think they're absolute giants. They've done some of the most incredible work of all comic history. Some of my most favourite books of all time. But this, no. I'd rather we did without it. So there we go. Like the video if you like the video. Leave comments, hit subscribe. I'd love to talk about this, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.